Literally every form of entertainment has dipped its feet into the genre of post-apocalyptic. Some might think in recent years it's more like they've completely submerged themselves, causing the unfortunate circumstance of drowning. Needless to say, a lot of people these days wouldn't blame you for passing up on that new zombie show, or the new way they figured out how to put Will Smith in some post-apocalyptic new world. Video games, of course, are no exception. I'm sure if you go onto Steam right now and search for one, you'll find yourself flooded with choices. So continuing with the drowning theme I've got going so far, because I'm feeling clever, you find yourself sinking in this vast sea of zombies, abandoned buildings, and people forced to rebuild society. You're reaching out wondering, where's my breath of fresh air? Well, I'm here to help. So grab my hand, take this towel, and pop those peepers on an indie game that brought a fantastic take on the genre with Final Station. The Final Station came out late 2016 for PC, Mac, Xbox One, and PS4, and was later ported to the Nintendo Switch alongside its DLC in early 2018. Developed by the very small team Do My Best Games, and published by the well-known Tiny Build. Now, I want to make clear from the get-go here, the purpose of this video isn't to review or to go through the whole game. I'm not going to spoil anything past the first hour or so, and I'm only going to cover what you could find in the description for this game, or the website. I just happen to really like this game and want to talk about it, while hoping to turn more people onto it and support the devs in their future efforts. You see, one of the biggest things I like about this game is that the Final Station follows a golden rule that they teach you in pretty much any beginning film class. I'm sure most of you have heard it by now, but in case you haven't, it's the show, don't tell rule. Meaning instead of constantly spitting out exposition, telling you what you'll see, hear, or what people have done, you mostly experience it for yourself through visual storytelling. Throughout the game, you'll find yourself exploring a world already hit by its apocalypse, dubbed the First Visitation. Society itself has already been building, and you'll notice people walking around and doing their job, just going about their everyday normal life. Some people will walk around stricken with a mysterious sickness. Either way, life is adjusted. You're a train conductor, so you'll get to see a lot of this world. From the eerie empty plains to the newly built safe havens, you'll get to see the aftermath of the First Visitation yourself. You don't just carry cargo either. The people you escort along the way all have their own stories and views that blend together to make a very tense and gripping atmosphere that sticks around with you throughout the whole game. You can't have a story without conflict though, which leads up to the meat of the game, experiencing the Second Visitation. A quick summary of the plot: you play as Edward, a conductor tasked with an experimental train to deliver important supplies integral to protecting humanity against a mysterious threat only ever mentioned by the people as they. Edward is a silent protagonist, but you do get clues about who he is as you go along, from the environment to the IM system aboard the train. I personally believe that not only does the Final Station execute tension very well with its plot and environment, but with its gameplay as well. Going from checkpoint to checkpoint, wondering if you'll have enough supplies to keep your passengers alive, can easily get the best of you. What if you end up getting hurt too much and using one too many medkits that a certain sick passenger could have used? Will you have enough ammo to search the more deadly places that may house valuable supplies? Maybe certain passengers should take priority over others. After all, some offer better rewards. Now, the debate on whether linearity in games is good or bad can be pretty back and forth in discussions still to this day. Everyone has their preference, which is fine. However, in defense of this game, I do feel that it being linear only adds to it. Yes, you go from station to station with the same objective. Get the code for the blocker so you can progress. But what choice do you have in this situation? They have come again, and now you're the person that it all rides on. It never got dull for me, and I truly believe that if you gave it a chance, you'd be as invested as I was. Of course, I'm not going to leave the zombies of this game out. There are enough types to make the encounters feel hectic and varied the further you get. They're seriously no joke. If you so much as let just 2 of them overwhelm you, that's it, dude. You're fucked. Unless you got the melee combat down, you better hope your aim is true with your pistol, because once these weird shadow creatures notice you, it's on. Alongside the base game, there was one DLC released titled The Only Traitor. Truth be told, I somehow missed it when this was released and didn't complete it until just a couple weeks ago. It's even shorter than the base game at around an hour and a half, while the base game takes around 4 to 6 hours depending on how you play, but really improves upon its combat system, which was the only thing I found to be lackluster in the main game. The story follows Peter, and takes place during the same timeline as the main campaign. Peter is just another citizen going from place to place seeking shelter from the Second Visitation. It does a good job of answering some questions, but also adding others. This time, however, you're only able to take one survivor with you, as you just have a 2-door car. And you can even choose to take the same person all the way to the end, providing a much more intimate way of storytelling. It also adds new enemy types, and this time around you don't play a silent protagonist. Peter is pretty vocal. Due to the short length of it though, I feel like going into it anymore would just spoil the experience. The final station delivers a complete package with its own unique take on the post-apocalyptic genre. I wholeheartedly hope that if you haven't yet, give it a shot on Steam. The term hidden gem may be a bit overused today, but I feel like this game fits into that category pretty well. Do My Best Games has made something really unique in a genre that can be very oversaturated, and it's an accomplishment I think shouldn't go unnoticed. At the very least, I want to put my voice out there and say that it's a game I haven't forgotten since I played it 3 years ago. And to put the cherry on top, the people from Do My Best Games are working on something new, and it's got me pretty stoked to see what they have in store. Thanks for listening.